Here's my issue with Ja Morant. Ja Morant was ascending to superstar status. Tell me I'm lying, fellas. He was ascending to superstar status. And when I watch him now, he's just a good player. He's a good player. But you find yourself aching, like, where's that dude? Where's that dude that you walk through the turnstiles to see? Where's that dude that was box office? Where's that dude that was like a damn modern day version of Allen Iverson? Where's that with more hops, okay? With more athleticism, his ability to play above the rim. Where's that guy?
Ja Morant used to look unstoppable. Every night, it felt like he was about to put someone on a poster. Every drive felt like a highlight. Every game felt electric. But lately, the dominance doesn't feel the same. So what actually happened to Ja Morant's game? When Ja Morant hit his prime, formed in 2021 to 2022 with the Memphis Grizzlies, he looked like a future MVP. I mean, look at his stats. 27 points per game, 6+ assists per game, elite efficiency at the rim. He wasn't just scoring, he was attacking. His first step was unguardable. His hang time was insane. His body control in midair was next level. He wasn't settling for jumpers, he was living in the paint. That season, he made All-NBA and finished top 10 in MVP voting. The Memphis Grizzlies went on to finish second seed in the West. Everything was pointing upward for Ja Morant. But here's the thing about Ja's game. It's built on explosiveness. And explosiveness is fragile. Ja isn't a big guard either. He's around 6'2". He weighs about 175 to 180 pounds. Yet he attacks the rim like he's 6'6", 220. That's exciting. But it's also risky, because when your game is 80% speed and vertical explosion, even a small physical drop changes everything. Over the past few seasons, Ja has dealt with multiple injuries, especially to his hand and shoulder. And here's what people don't realize. For a guard like Ja, shoulder strength is everything. Finishing through contact, absorbing hits midair, controlling layups off glass. When you lose even 5% of that explosiveness or strength, defenders closes gaps quicker. Instead of blowing by defenders, now it's a half step slower. And in the NBA, a half step is the difference between a dunk and a blocked shot. Another big reason for the downfall. The league adjusted. In 2022, teams were scared of his speed. By 2023 and 2024, teams started building game plans around walling the paint. They go under screens, sag off him at the three-point line, pack the lane, force him into jump shots. Ja's biggest weakness has always been his outside shooting. He's streaky from three. When the jumper isn't falling, defenders don't respect it. That's how it goes. That shrinks the floor. And when the floor shrinks, his biggest weapon, driving, becomes harder. Compare Ja to guards like Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. Those players aged well because their shooting stretches the defense. Ja hasn't made the same leap as a shooter. His three-point percentage has hovered around average or below. And in today's NBA, if you're a star guard without elite shooting, teams will dare you to prove it. Right now, that's what defenses are doing. The Memphis Grizzlies were built around Ja's rim pressure. But when he's not fully healthy or not attacking at a peak level, the offenses slow down. Spacing becomes an issue, and when Memphis doesn't have consistent shooting around him, paint gets crowded. Ja thrives. Ja thrives in chaos. But controlled playoff defenses are different. In the postseason, the game slows down. Half-court executions matter more, and that's where his weakness becomes more visible. Ja Morant's game has always been built on one thing: pure explosion. Not just speed, not just bounce, but violence, downhill pressure. When he turns the corner off a screen, defenders panic. Big step up early, Weak side defenders collapse. The whole defense shifts. But here's the problem with that style. It doesn't age smoothly. Players who rely on skill, footwork, shooting touch, pacing can adjust when they lose a step. Players who rely on bursts, if they lose even 5%, it changes everything. And I'm not saying Ja isn't athletic anymore. He still is, but he's not catching defenders completely off guard like he used to. Early in his All-NBA season, he was blowing by defenders clean. No resistance. How? He's meeting bodies early. That means more contact, more awkward landings, more tough finishes instead of open dunks. And that changes efficiency. At his peak, Ja was one of the best guards in the league, not because he was strong, but because of his body control. He could literally switch hands midair, double clutch around shot blockers, hang longer than defenders, finish off glass at weird angles. But defenders started adjusting. Instead of jumping with him, they stay vertical. Instead of overhelping, they rotate early. Instead of giving him a runway, they crowd his takeoff space. And when they take away space from an explosive guard like Ja Morant, you force him into tougher attempts. You'll notice now, he's taking more contested floaters, more off-balance runners, more high difficult finishes. Those look cool, but they are harder to convert consistently. This is the biggest key. Defenders don't fear Ja from 3. That changes the entirety of the court. When defenders go under screens, it shrinks driving lanes, keeps rim protectors closer to the paint, forces Ja into pulling up jumpers. If he shoots 38-40% from 3, everything changes. But hovering around average, teams live with that. Compare that to guards like Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. You can't go under them, you can't sag off of them. That stretches the defense out 30 feet. Ja doesn't bend defensive teams like that. So instead of defenders being scared of the jumper, they're sitting on the drive. And when your main weapon is the drive, that's a problem. Another thing that's becoming more obvious, Ja Morant thrives in transition. When the game is fast and chaotic, he's unstoppable. But in slow half-court sets, it gets tougher. In playoff basketball, teams take away fast breaks, limit turnovers, pack the paint, force you into tough late clock shots, and that's where you need elite shot creation from all 3 levels. Right now, Ja is elite at 1 level, the rim, average at the mid-range, and not so good from 3. That imbalance shows up more in big games. Ja Morant went from a star, a literal superstar, box office superstar, future MVP, future NBA champion with the Memphis Grizzlies, to a potential trade rumor. Imagine someone telling you in 2022 that Ja Morant could potentially get traded. The Memphis Grizzlies are far from contention. They're actually trying to rebuild. With the most recent trade of Jaren Jackson Jr., they gave up Desmond Bane for 5 first-round picks. And they might actually trade Ja Morant. He's had some issues in the past, but man, his skill set is just not as good as it once was. Will this be another what-if scenario for someone's career? Ja Morant was the 2nd overall pick. He was an explosive guard. He was an exciting guard. Everybody wanted to watch the Memphis Grizzlies back in 2022. Remember when Ja Morant said he was fine in the West? Yeah, that didn't turn out so well because now he's in trade talks. Here's one underrated part of his decline, how he lands. Ja doesn't just jump high, he jumps aggressively. He attacks the rim like every play is a poster attempt. That leads to hard falls, twisted landings, shoulder contact, wrist contact. Over time, that adds up. Even if you don't have a major injury, micro impact matters. And when your body absorbs that much punishment every night, explosiveness becomes harder to maintain. Look at players like Derrick Rose early in his career. Insane athleticism, relentless rim pressure. But that style is physically expensive. Man, prime Derrick Rose was something different. Now I'm not saying Ja is headed down that path, but that comparison makes sense stylistically. Early in his career, Ja balanced scoring and playmaking well. Now sometimes he leans too much into scoring mode. When the paint gets crowded, instead of kicking out early, he forces tough finishes. That lowers efficiency. The best elite guards manipulate defenses. They hesitate. They snake the screen. Ja still plays at 100 miles per hour, and sometimes slowing down actually makes you more dangerous. This is the most important part of the whole breakdown, because this isn't about talent, it's about evolution. If Ja develops a reliable pull-up 3, a consistent floater package, better pacing in pick and roll, more strength to absorb contact, then this downfall narrative disappears. Right now, he's at a crossroads. Stay as the hyper-athletic rim attacker, or evolve into a more complete 3-level guard. The league figured out version 1. Version 2 decides his legacy. Let me know what other players you guys want to hear me talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next video.